Hey everyone! So today I'm going to talk about how to use the text sensor, which I feel like is a really underrated item in the game, and I'm going to show you why here in a second. So this is the text sensor, and these are the text sensor options. First we're going to go ahead and click on detection range, and what your text sensor does is this is the range at which your however you set up your text sensor, the structures that you set up with it, it's the range at which those structures will be either activated or deactivated, but this is the range at which somebody is going to walk into this range and it's going to detect them. And so as you can see here, you can increase the depth, the width, and the height. So this is a rectangle range. The minimum range is 128 and the maximum is 4,096. At the maximum range of 4,096, it's just slightly larger than the max range on a dino leash, if that's helpful for you. But we're going to go ahead and increase this to the max here. And then I'm going to show you too that you can change the shape on this from a rectangle into a circle, and then you just have the radius option rather than the depth, the width, and the height. And then we're going to go ahead and go back here, and then we're going to do the pin broadcast range. And so what this range does is this is the range at which it's going to activate structures within this range. That structure has to be within this range of the text sensor. And again, similar range options to the detection range, same exact ones. So it's going to have the increased depth, the width, and the height. And then you can also change the shape of this as well. And then I wanted to go over that you can actually change the rotation as well. So here you can adjust the pitch, the yaw or the roll. I haven't played around with this a whole lot, but basically what it does is if you have it a rectangle, it adjusts the angle of the rectangle. And then we're going to go ahead and go back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to click on set a pin code. And I already have a pin code set for enemy survivors, enemy dinos, and wild dinos. And so we're going to go ahead and clear those. So then we're going to hit clear pin code. And then we're just going to tap to clear. And then we're going to go ahead and go back. And then we'll hit set a pin code. And then we're going to set up a pin code for allied dinos. And just for the video, I'm going to set it to 1111. And see, since it's yellow, that means that it's set. And then we're going to go on target sighted. And so on target sighted, that is when something comes into range of the detection range on the text sensor. So the options on this circle are to broadcast activate structures, do nothing, time delay, broadcast toggle structures, or broadcast deactivate structures. And the most used ones here are going to be the activate and the deactivate structures, and then the do nothing can be really helpful as well. So for this, to kind of show you how this works, I'm going to go ahead and click on broadcast activate structures, and what that's going to do is that's going to activate structures when somebody comes into the detection range. And then we're going to hit on target lost. And so what this one does is this is when somebody leaves that detection range. I'm going to go ahead and click broadcast deactivate structures for this one, so that when somebody leaves detection range, it's going to deactivate the structures. That way you can visually see what's happening. But a cheeky one would be to click do nothing. So say you have your turrets on high range, but you have it to broadcast only to low range. Well, somebody gets within low range and it toggles it to activate your turrets. So your turrets turn on while when they get into low range. But if you click on do nothing, they'll continue to stay on even if they leave the sensor range. Whereas broadcast deactivate structures, the turrets are going to turn off as soon as they leave the detection range of the sensor. And then we're going to go ahead and hit try blogging here. So the options in try blogging are for allied survivors, enemy survivors, allied dinos, enemy dinos, wild dinos, and everyone. And you can see under everyone, it says everyone logged with 0-second cooldown. You can have, you can adjust the cooldown on these, although I'm not sure why you would. I usually just set it for 0 seconds. I believe it goes up to 5 minutes as far as a cooldown. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and click on log allied survivors and log allied dinos. And what that's going to do is every time an allied survivor or an allied dino walks within the text sensor range, it's going to put it in my tribe log. And I'll show you what that looks like in a bit here. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and set the turrets to the pin code to the 1111, just like we set the sensor. And I'm just going to do all those real fast. And these are the settings I have the turret on right now. It's just on, I just have it on all targets and range is high, so that you can see kind of what it's going to do here. Okay, now they're all set, and it looks like the turrets are off, you know? So you got the whole turret tower, and all the turrets are off. Now we're going to take this Ovis here, and this Ovis is an allied dino. I'm just going to ride it over here, and this is a low-level Ovis, so it runs out of stamp. But it's getting there. Okay, and as soon as I step into range, the turrets turn on. Now, when I back up out of range, the turrets turn off. In range, out of range. So now I'm just going to go ahead and walk this guy in there so you can see that it's targeting on the dino. And then as soon as it walks out of range, the turrets go ahead and turn back off. I'm going to leave that little guy there. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up tribe log here so you can see what it looks like in the tribe log. See, text sensor detected or triggered by a friendly dino. So the text sensor is triggered by a friendly dino. So that's the Ovis, and that's how it shows up in your tribe log here. And like I said, you can turn this on for everybody or allies or just enemies. And so then every time, you know, however you have it set up, every time they go into the range of your text sensor, it will give you a log of that in your tribe log. So go ahead and leave a comment if you liked the video, and be sure to like and subscribe for more videos by me and Mutt.